This is starting. I think we're starting.
We're starting.
That's how it starts.
Push it with your dick, dude.
It worked! I am Ray Taylor. I clearly don't have a regular job.
I was never really into comic books growing up. Like, I was a geek.
Well, you should tell your face that, because you look exactly like
I do.
Watch the fights.
Fuck yeah, I watch the fights.
I'm Keith Spurlock.
I watch every kind of pornography. I said, all right, to counteract my cancer that I'm giving myself, I smoke weed after every cigarette.
What were we just fucking talking about?
And this is the Inspired Disorder Podcast.
I'm not going to allow you to have an opinion on this just because you're wrong.
Is anyone else's podcast about like jerking off in UFC?
What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody?
We're not talking about fights.
What?
We're not talking about movies.
I mean, we might.
We don't even know what the fuck we're going to talk about.
We might dip into those topics potentially. I mean,
but that's not a plan.
It is not. It is.
We are
for the first half of this show. There is no plan. Anarchy
reigns supreme.
You can call this shit the UK because anarchy in the UK. Sex Pistols.
So now I don't know.
It's weird that the Clash, right?
Yeah.
Punk band, right?
Yeah.
Some of their songs vary, especially nowadays, like "Lost in the Supermarket." It's not punk. I'm all lost in the supermarket.
I never liked the Clash.
I like them. I mean, London Calling's it's like a classic
I mean,
album.
there's
they're
one or
not
two songs
hard.
that I'm like, okay.
Like, you look at the documentary, like I've had a few punk documentaries.
Yeah.
And they always, like, you know, they're punk. They're fucking gross. They don't give a fuck. They, like, beat themselves up and bleed everywhere, whatever. But then it's like, I'm all lost in the supermarket. I can no longer shop happily. Like, that's not punk.
No, it's not.
It's very, like...
It's like new wavy.
Go shopping in the grocery store. It's like a grocery store song, very much.
It's very new wave-ish from the 80s, like, instead of punk.
Yeah.
But the Clash were always kind of new wave punk.
Well,
like,
they were UK versus, like...
Well, still, I mean, the Sex Pistols were punk from the UK, and they were, like...
Yeah.
From what I've heard,
we're talking about.
like, that they're just totally, like the studio put together the Sex Pistols to like, rival the Ramones.
No.
I don't know where I've heard that.
I saw, like, there's no documentary I've seen that would... I mean, there may be punk bands that they did that with, but the big argument is, like, which one was first, the Ramones or the Sex Pistols? That's the...
But didn't the Sex Pistols only really put out one album?
Well, London Calling's their most popular album, but they have a handful. I mean,
I thought
London Calling's
was
their big
the Clash, right?
Oh, am I mixing up?
I'm
what
talking
are we talking
about? The Sex Pistols. Which is God Save the Queen. Fucking. Anarchy in the UK.
Totally was mixing both of those.
Yeah, I was like getting confused. But like I heard that the Sex Pistols
neither one.
Were
Maybe the Clash got put together then.
I heard
Sex Pistols. No.
Okay.
No. Yeah, I was mixing the Sex
Johnny
Pistols
Rotten.
and
that dude's still around. Still kind of.
See, that's what I was thinking. The Sex Pistols did. I'm all lost in the supermarket. I like the Clash more than I like the Sex Pistols. I'm not a Sex Pistols fan.
I was never. Punk was just not my genre. Like, I don't know. Like,
well, that was the split.
Yeah.
I noticed. You went punk, or other alternative stuff, or you go as far as angry music, or you go metal.
I went metal.
Some people kind of did both.
Yeah,
they did punk and metal, but
generally, the skateboard kids were punk.
There was some metal shit that I liked, but majority of metal music, I am not a fan. Like, I can appreciate, like, Justin, former co-host, early on. He's into, like, the fucking...
He's into heavier shit that
but it's
like into shit that I was into when I was way younger.
He likes it because it's so fast and technical, and that's why he likes
really
it. Which I get it, But it's like, okay, but that's not like I'm not. That's a very niche part of the whole genre. It'd be like some kind of. I mean, I guess there's a small section of country that I like, but
it's funny at work. Like, I work with a couple dudes that just, you wouldn't picture listening to country, and then I walk into the back, and they're just jamming out to, like, some fucking Luke Bryan or something. And I even have to
I
go.
don't know who that is.
Neither do I. But they go, you don't like Luke Bryant? I go, I don't even know who the fuck that is.
Yeah. Most country is just pop music with twang.
Yeah.
It's just bullshit music. It's all the hair band producers. When hair metal was done, they all went to Nashville and they're producing all the dog shit that people love. Like,
Love
it's
it.
the trendiest fucking thing
Love it.
to be into
Where
country.
I'm from?
San Diego. Beach community. Well, and then they have, you know, in the desert, they have the fucking Stagecoach right after Coachella, which is like a country fucking Coachella fest. But it's just like, it's trendy because it's all pop music. It's all like just dog shit fucking. It's the same thing you put on when you put on the radio and you hear Justin Bieber and fucking the Beyonce and all that music where it's like 20 writers, 30 producers for each song.
Music's
like
terrible now.
It's all pop music. It's all manufactured. Then there's like a few singer-songwriter people that actually do their own shit. But it's like, you know, and then like I like stuff that the older kind of, you know, country or Cash.
Johnny Cash. I like Willie
which
Nelson.
I wouldn't necessarily consider Johnny Cash to be country. At least the songs that I like of his, like I get it. Like it was kind of a different kind of. It's more of like a bluesy rock kind of a, you know, I don't know. But I don't fucking country. If a country radio station was on, I would want to kill myself.
Oh, it's
Same
terrible.
thing with like almost any radio station, rap. It's all like 5 shitty songs that mean nothing, produced by 30 people. Paid to get on radio.
They just make noises now. It's not even like I hear it all the time at work, and they'll mumble a line, and then someone in the back will go or blah blah.
It's all a lot of it. It's like club music. It's shit that they play at clubs where you're not listening to it's just fucking beats and noises. I mean, that's what EDM is.
Yeah.
Is there's all noises literally, but it's like.
It's
all club music.
I work with a girl who loves EDM, and she went to a rave recently, and I was like, oh, you went to a rave? I'm like, so did you eat a bunch of ecstasy and do a bunch of Special K? And she was like, no. I was like, why'd you go to a rave then? And she's like, I really like the music. And I was like, what?
Like, I can understand being high and like any
it's
music.
It's great to be fucking smashed to.
Any like live music, being intoxicated on any level is like, it's an experience. Like live music and when just because you're feeling it, not like just listening to it on the radio, but like EDM without being high.
Just liked it.
It's like somebody that likes to go hang out at
like the only 2 fucking people that like to go to.
Yeah, but even him, he could be like the fake virgins that they do it because it's like a story, so they can be fucking sluts. But she's pure because she's a virgin. It's like, no, she's not a fucking virgin. Like, guaranteed, Deadmau5 is doing fucking drugs unless he's sober. But I'm sure he's doing it because he wants the clean crowd. He's doing it for business reasons, not for like.
True.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know who the fuck that guy is. Only saw him on Rogan's podcast once. And he's got some pop culture-y tattoos. But
I guess he wears a giant mouse head on stage, so that's...
Yeah, but then you got the Daft Punk guys that have helmets, too.
Yeah.
I think they all have their kind of shtick.
Skrillex looks like...
They're all just press play
Darlene
guys.
From fucking Roseanne.
With
that's his
3D mapped fucking projection.
That's why I liked the
pre-recorded stuff.
Like, I liked drum and bass DJs when I used to go to raves because they were like mixing hip-hop and scratching the records.
Yeah.
And sometimes they had an MC that would rap with it. I liked that.
Yeah, they don't.
Plus,
that's way too much work.
On fucking a lot of drugs.
Yeah, but you could be... That's the thing. It's like, you don't have to be... It doesn't have to be good music to enjoy it when you're fucked up.
Yeah.
It just, you're experiencing the music, and you're not like being critical of it.
But I'm actually like watching a guy making music with 2 different records at the same time, as opposed to a guy pushing play. Like
they could. I've seen plenty of videos of people on stage scratching records, turning knobs, and all this kind of shit, but they're not doing anything.
Yeah,
It's all play.
This was
I'm
a
just
dirty,
saying,
gross rave. These kids were playing the fucking music.
Sure. I'm just saying, just because that one may have been real, but there's probably
I'm sure some,
half of them
maybe.
are not. What's easier to do if you're going to do a live performance?
But I'm saying this
You
was,
do a pre-recorded bullshit, and then you
that's
just
like big name people, not like a guy trying to make his name work in a fucking
it's
shit rave scene.
yeah. The guys
You
that
would
are
be
like
able to clearly
amateurs.
notice this.
I don't know, man.
Switching records out.
I mean, they could have.
using
I'm
the
not saying he was
crossfader.
doing it.
You know what I'm saying? Though.
I'm saying just because you see somebody on stage doing shit doesn't mean
I
they're
get that
doing
not
shit.
everything is reality.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, the ones I saw were, and that's
Sure.
why I liked that.
I'm not saying that one's not. I'm just saying there's a lot of fucking actors out there pretending to do shit
Lip sync.
that call, and they don't even have to lip sync. I mean, nobody in the pit knows what the fuck they're doing unless they're DJ themselves. Like, when I see somebody that's fucking around with the soundboard,
Yeah.
like, I know when they're fucking not doing anything. Like, I would know just it's not even plugged in. Like, it's not doing anything at all. Like, they just pre-recorded. But it makes it so it's a show. Bands do it for the fucking halftime. It's all pre-recorded shit. Fucking Saturday Night Live pre-recorded. It's all pre-recorded.
Not all of it.
Yeah. I mean, they're live pre-recordings. Like, they
plenty
record
of times
them.
that you play live on Saturday Night Live. There's plenty of times. That
Well, it's plenty of times you don't see people fuck
Prince
up.
did the fucking Super Bowl halftime show in the rain live.
Yeah. But then there's bands that I mean
That
most
don't. Some don't.
most
And
performances
you can
for
tell 99% of the time.
Most
if they're just-
performances-
if it's fucking.
most live concert performances by major everything is pre-recorded.
Depends on major.
There's documentaries where they go and they feature all these artists, and it's all about the show. Nobody knows. It's not like they're playing the album, but it's not live.
I don't know what concerts
lot
these
of it.
are, but I've been to a shitload of concerts.
Sure,
and I've
sure.
never once.
But you would not know.
Well, how wouldn't I know? I've seen so many bands live.
Yeah.
I would know. All my friends are musicians in bands.
Right.
They would know.
Right.
We've seen these bands multiple times.
Yeah.
Heard the songs change in sound.
But
from
there's a lot
venue
of
to
bands
venue.
that you don't watch live.
Agreed. I'm
You
saying
see-
personally
Right,
bands
right.
that I've watched.
I'm not saying you've experienced everything that's out there.
Exactly.
I'm saying a lot of shit that's out there
Well, I'm sure,
is
I'm
fake.
not going to pop star
It's
fucking
as real
concerts and
as
shit.
reality TV bullshit.
Yeah.
It's all fake. It's all fake. Do you think Beyonce's out there fucking singing live and dancing? All those dancing acts, fucking fake.
And I'm not going to
They're all
any of those shows.
I'm not saying you are. I'm saying
And-
there's
and
a
the
lot
people that
of
go to
live
those shows-
performances are fake as shit.
The people that go
they
to
have
those
no
shows
idea.
don't care either.
Guaranteed, there's a shitload. Like, I would
they don't
almost
care.
guarantee a huge percentage of popular country bands fake as fuck on stage. Fake as fuck on stage. Garth Brooks, probably fake as fuck on stage.
I don't know because I've never seen them. Can't comment on whether or
No,
not.
I know. But I've seen documentaries where it's like they expose, like, oh, all this shit's fake.
Yeah.
Like, not all of it, but the majority. When you're doing a show and you're like a fucking big company like Sony and you got this artist where you're stealing all their money from, the last thing you want is for them to just fucking fuck up a show because they're too fucked up or because they're dancing and can't sing and dance. Like, they take that variable of fucking up a live performance out of the... And the crowds are huge, so it's easy.
Yeah.
There's no stress
Well, the thing
because you're not doing anything.
the thing with pop music mostly
But they
too.
pretend like... I mean, if
but
you're
I mean,
in a band...
there's no band to it though.
no,
Someone made a
but there's
beat. so
bands that do it too. And if you are a legit musician, guaranteed you'll know how to fake
no, I'm
a
saying
real performance.
with
like, if you're a drummer...
with most R&B.
Yeah.
I'm saying they probably do that, or like pop music. They
Yeah.
probably do that because
No, but
there
there's-
isn't a live
no, but there's
band
live
behind them.
bands that it's this. It's. I'm using that as an example.
Yeah.
It's an easy example because it's pretty well known.
It's hard to fake play your instruments.
It is when you're a musician. I couldn't do it. A
You
musician.
can't. You can't fake play the drums.
I'm sure they're playing the drums, but they're probably not playing them as hard as they need. I'm sure they're recovering. I don't know the logistics of it. I'm not saying every band does it,
Yeah.
but guaranteed, large fucking bands will fake their shit. I don't know all. I don't have the list, but I'm saying they're out there.
I'm sure there are,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to those shows.
You've never been to one. Maybe. Tool might be. I doubt it, but you never know. Especially like certain performances. like if somebody's sick or something, like they may have as a backup certain things.
It would be bad because
I
their
know.
fans have seen so
I
many
know.
concerts that
I'm
there's
saying.
no way that they could just fucking
I mean,
play something.
he might not even be singing because a lot of the times he's not. You don't see his
Just
face.
face the crowd.
So that would be an easy thing to fake. Not that he would, but it's like it's an easy thing
It
where
sounds
if you're
totally
gonna fake
different
it,
live too. But I mean, then
all bands sound.
if you could just play the record live, people
That's
would
never-
fucking riot.
Well, guaranteed there's some pop stars out there.
I
that do-
bet, yeah.
Dude, I went to not even complete. This is amateur level. Dude that I worked with, he does a performance, and he brings his CD with the beats on it, but it's also got his lyrics on it. So he's rapping
over himself rapping.
He gets tired, so you can hear him mumbling to his own track. It was horrible. It was so bad. And that's just laziness.
I've heard backing tracks.
I mean, if you're a rapper, and he had a fake DJ too. He was hitting press play.
Yeah.
But he had it was like a DJ Hero, like a fucking cheap. It was like it's a little mix thing for mixing
All right,
CDs.
here's a good. I do know a band that uses a backing track while they play live.
I'm sure that happens
The
a lot,
band
too.
MSI.
Yeah.
But that's just because they have a lot of like synth shit mixed in.
Yeah.
So like,
but there's bands that
they're still
live,
really
too.
playing the instruments, but they're playing it with the track that also puts in the shit that they don't. Like a guitar, a bass player, and a drummer. No one's fucking making the weird fucking synth noises, and they don't have a keyboard player.
Yeah.
So they just play a backing track. But it's
Yeah.
still. he's
But I'm
still
sure
really
there's
singing.
stuff like that. I wouldn't be surprised if there's stuff like that with just guitar riffs, not riffs, but like guitar parts in
Maybe.
songs.
Oh, I'm sure.
Just
I'm sure
because
people
like,
have done it.
Like you got a guitarist and they're on tour and your fucking elbow's blown out. You're like, hey, I can make it look good. I know what I'm doing. All I have to do is I just don't actually have to just unplug it. I could be flicking shit, but I'll miss.
When
every
I
once
first
in a
started doing comedy, somebody got busted for lip syncing of some sort, like right around that time.
In comedy or just
No.
like a Saturday Night Live thing.
Maybe it might have been
Happens all the time.
Yeah,
You hear the actual live
so
mic.
I wanted to do like my set into a tape recorder.
Yeah.
And then just lip sync it on stage to see if just for shits and giggles pretty much.
Yeah.
But and I never did it, but that was an idea I had.
I'm
sure other comics have done that.
Yeah, I saw. Oh, for sure.
I mean, Duncan kind of when he does the little hobo, it's on a backing track.
Yeah. Fuck. Who's that dude from the Bone Zone? The tall dude.
Randy Licky?
Yeah, I saw him do a set at the Ice House, and he had a bit where he used his iPad, and I think he was having a conversation with himself. Like
he
I think
pre-recorded
that's what it
himself.
was. It was something similar. But there's got to be, alt comics that are fucking.
There's a million comics that have
guaranteed. There's a bunch of ventriloquists that have probably done that and just
that'd
said,
be a great one.
"Why even learn? Why even learn to do that? Well, it's a bit. I'm doing the same bits every time, so just
be like, this
re-record it
dude
every
is
once
the
in a while."
best fucking ventriloquist ever. He doesn't move his lips at all.
Yeah. It's almost like magic. They taped his face up. They put a ball gag. He did all kinds of shit.
It was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Clear as day.
He was singing off of his hand while blowing fire.
With a lot of bees and pee
Yeah.
noises.
Oh, it's crazy.
It was the whole time. I was like, how's
Yeah.
he doing it? He stuck his whole head in a bucket
Yeah.
and kept on with the show. I don't know how he does it.
And then he was able to hypnotize every person in his family. Nobody else got hit, but his family. He was totally able to just convince them to do whatever he said on stage.
I always wanted to go to one of those comedy hypnotist shows. I knew a guy who does it.
Yeah.
But I just think that I'm so cynical that there's no way. Or I would go the very opposite way.
You might be the guy
and
that
maybe
gets,
I would fucking play along
you
too
pee
much.
yourself and
No, not like
or
that.
it would work. I mean, either I would imagine it works on some level, or it doesn't work, and they know who. I mean, it has to, because I've seen it. Who was it? Rogan talked about some dude he used to work with.
Yeah.
And there is something to, hypnotizing somebody, at least convincing them. I mean, convincing anybody to do the shit that they do on stage, most people aren't willing to do anything on stage, let alone make themselves. So it's like that you would have to at least convince them to get over that.
Here's my theory on that, and I know nothing about hypnotism, but it's like, have you ever put on like a mascot?
I wish I had a teacup
costume
and a spoon right now. I could stir
of
slowly.
some sort, or like just even going out in full makeup or a Halloween mask.
Right.
It's so you will do shit that you would never do because you feel like you're in disguise.
Right.
Like, same thing with mascots.
Probably why it's
and
easier
stuff
to
like
rob
that.
places with masks on too.
But I also think that like given the excuse of being hypnotized is like putting a mask on again and giving people.
Sure, but you would run the risk of regular people, being shitty at pretending.
Yeah.
Because most people, acting isn't like something people can do very well, or lie. Most people suck at like a lot of people when they lie, or they're trying to act or trying to put on a performance, it's super noticeable. Like watching UFC fighters do the fucking desk, and they're like speaking really fast, trying to get their thing out, and like kind of stumbling over the words. It's like, oh, he sucks at trying to do this thing for like the third time. So I think, yeah, maybe it's, I don't know. I've never been hypnotized.
Neither have I. That's just a theory of mine on like what. Maybe it's like a metaphorical mask that people can put on as like an excuse to just be goofy.
Sure.
Because a lot of times it's just making them do goofy things.
It is, but it's also doing it start and stop.
Yeah.
Like they have to make sure they start whatever goofy shit when they hear their trigger word bullshit.
I'm sure plenty of those fucking things have went bad. Like a person's just fucking around and then they don't hear like the snap or something and they keep going. And
I mean, if you're a professional, and I'm sure these guys just go to fairs all over the country, and that's all they. Cause that's where I saw it.
I was booked to open
a
for the one guy, and I canceled the show, but because I had another show that came up the same night.
But they're probably working with every kind of person, so they're probably going to pick out the ones that are trying to fuck with them.
I'm sure that
guaranteed.
I'm sure
when you're
that
working
they know
with that many people,
who to pick out, or maybe have a scout.
Well, it's always
in the
like a
audience.
huge. It's always a huge number of people,
Yeah.
and then he weeds them out. He does some test shit, and I mean, if assholes, when they're trying to be assholes, are pretty noticeable because like they'll get overexcited and giggly and really happy because they're in the moment of being an asshole. They're in their true moment of assholeness. A lot of the times, and it's they tip their hat. It's so noticeable to see a happy asshole. He's like, oh, he's gonna do more shit now. Like he's happy he's being an asshole right now.
Yeah,
he's revels. I was watching the Ultimate Fighter where it's Cody and TJ.
Yeah,
and Cody's just like just an angry
he's
bitch.
Angry as and I haven't even watched it.
And
but
it could be
every
just
time
the
there's
way
a
it's cut.
confrontation,
Yeah.
they always throw that clip onto.
Most of the show is just like it's not really the drama house stuff as much anymore. Like the first few episodes are because they're they focus on the two fighters that are gonna fight, and they do their breakdown videos, not breakdown videos, but they're like promo videos that UFC does for like events. So it's like a little individual. You get to see who this guy is. You get to see where he's from. You get to hear about his background or whatever.
Because these are all comebacks.
It's
so
been what the show's done, but it's the style of the show is what they've changed to. So now it's nice because you've seen a lot of them before. They're all former tough fighters.
Yeah.
They're all from the show. But what was I going with? Oh, it's like the drama moments with fucking Uriah Faber, like. They just seem like whiny assholes. Like they're so butthurt that TJ left, and somehow that hurts them. Like I still don't understand why it hurts them.
Why do they care so much?
It's really fucking weird.
Because he went on his own.
It'd be like people from Costco. Like they just don't support
hating
me.
you for fucking
it's
leaving.
like they don't actively hate me. They just don't want to give me any of their fucking money, donate patreon.com/spiderdisorder. But they don't actively whine and bitch about like how I
saw the
hated
confrontation
working there.
between
It was-
Dwayne Ludwig and their new striking.
Yeah.
What was that about?
It's like
They are
whiny
all
bro
super
shit.
fucking butthurt.
It's what alpha males do that were like
You
like,
poisoned his brain and you stole him from
Yeah.
us. He would have never won a championship without what we did for him.
It's like why, and they're like trying to just be calm about
they're
it.
like, okay,
like
sorry.
okay, man. What do you?
Yeah,
I don't
cool.
know. Like what's your
Justin
what you trying-
Buchholz, I think, is the dude's name.
But it's just I don't even.
They're
remember
cool
what my
until
point
like
was.
those dudes fucking put their hands on them, and then it's like, whoa, all right. And it's mostly just their teams
it's
running in between and stopping everything.
Yeah, it's the same kind of thing.
That Buchholz fight. Then Cody had tried to start a fight earlier with Cruz. Then once Buchholz tried to fight
Dillashaw.
with Dillashaw, and then
It's
once
just-
Buchholz tried to fight Bang, then
Kind
Cody
of.
Cody runs back in like a chihuahua, and he's like,
he's just a whiny.
What he wants to get into a fucking street fight more than get into a fight.
But in
the
those
ring.
moments, he's like, "Oh, I'm asshole. I am in my asshole mode."
There
It's
you
like,
go, back to the original.
why?
point.
Yeah, I was like, "What the fuck? How do we get here?" It's like, "Oh yeah, fucking Cody." In those
So-
moments,
and I
because it's
like
like has
Cody.
nothing. I like him as a fighter.
If you
I like
didn't
him as
put
a
him
fighter.
on the show, I'd have never known.
Fighter model. Don't want to hear from him. Don't care what he has to say. He's not eloquent. He doesn't speak poorly, but he's just kind of like he's very basic with
He's
how
very
he speaks.
broed out on his like.
So, I don't need to see it.
fucking-
It's whatever.
fuck you.
I want to see him in the octagon. I don't need to hear his fucking, his fucking musings on the sport. But you could see him revel in like just out of nowhere that moment where it's like Buchholz and Bang in their own thing. It was like after this other
They
thing
were in
it
the
was-
hallway.
Yeah, well, at least how it's edited. I
Yeah.
mean, with the editing, who knows? But it seems like Cody just comes out of nowhere to just try and, almost like a cheap shot.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to fucking... But I don't even know how much he's trying to do it. It's like, or maybe he's just trying to get held
Is it
back.
just
trying
posturing?
to create...
Yeah.
But it's stupid. He's reveling in his fucking assholeness.
It's weird.
He's reveling in it.
Look at
but the
me.
show's not bad. I mean, because it's former fighter... Like, people that went through the show, had usually a few fights in the UFC, but fell off.
I'm really glad that Julian kid lost. He's the kid. The original show he was on, he was like the kid that was just crying. Let me
Let's
bang,
bang, bro.
Let me
Yeah,
bang, bro. I just
Yeah.
want to bang.
He's
He
there's
got-
a few guys in there that just are like not technical, like just sloppy. still.
They put that kid in just because he was a fuck up on the show.
But that's the
and
that's,
they couldn't and they
it's a
couldn't probably
redemption.
couldn't find Junie Browning.
Same thing with the other dude that like he made it to the finals, but like before his final
TJ
fight,
Money
yeah, I forget his
or
name.
JT Money.
JT, yeah. Which I liked him. He's a fucking meathead too in the
I
show.
hated that kid on the show.
But he fucking ended it. So it's a redemption for him. Joe Daddy, which didn't go well.
Did he lose?
Yeah, he lost one fight, but it was a pretty good. I mean, he wasn't doing that great, but there were he had moments,
I hope he
and they
didn't.
brought him back for the wild card.
Yeah.
And he got knocked out. But it was like his last fight was
Keep the booze
6
away
days.
from that kid, though.
Yeah, he wasn't drinking.
All right.
No, he works with that MMA show.
Yeah, he's like
He's
the
tech-
main.
he's does a few. He's like a stunt coordinator, technical advisor, producer. I don't know. He does a few things with him.
Well, he was talking all about how like he got way too into booze for a while, and like
Yeah, when he was going through his, I think he had like 4 fights losing streak before he got cut. Like he fought for the belt against. He had some. I love Joe Daddy.
no, early,
I love Joe.
no,
I wanted
was
him
a
to come back.
Yeah, I
and,
wanted
like,
him to be
yeah.
great on this show. I liked it.
He's just older and he's got tons of injuries
BJ
and he's slow.
beat the fucking pants off him, and then
It was a great fight, though.
Licked the blood off his gloves
a
at
super
the end.
bloody fight.
Oh,
Yeah, I love Joe Daddy. But yeah, it's a good show.
he
Better
was on
fights,
the original
but,
show too, right?
season 2, I think, because he
I thought it
won
was
his season.
Liddell versus Couture.
Yeah, that wasn't the first season. I mean, Forrest and yes won. Joe Daddy won his season.
True.
I think it was the second season.
Yeah,
'Cause I think it was against Diaz.
It was heavyweights and lightweights.
It was his was Matt Hughes was one of the coaches, and I think Rich Franklin. Because one of the things they had to do, when they had competitions that were bullshit,
They had to go around, and he was on
burned
Mike
himself
Whitehead.
out. Yeah, he burned himself out. Did like 300, and then the
other guy just quit.
We quit because it's like,
And then he got his ass beat the next fight.
probably. But the show was pretty fucking stupid back then. Now, here's the thing:
People got voted
everybody,
off back then.
oh, for stupid shit. Like the first season, Liddell and Couture, they had him on like this fucking lawn chair king throne thing with them up on their shoulders, and they had to like run them through the waves in the beach or a pool or I don't remember where it was, and it was like, or they were on recliners, and it's like, yeah, they voted each other off. It was stupid, but they were just trying. They didn't know
They were trying to do Survivor.
They were doing what every reality show was doing.
They gotta vote someone off.
Everybody that talks shit about it nowadays, like Ariel and like all the MMA reporters or podcasters, talk shit about it as if it's still being produced like it was. Where now, like every suggestions they have that I've heard to make the show better are literally what the show is. Where it's like, it's not as much as the house drama shit. It's mainly the two fighters for the day. You're getting background on both of those. You're getting video packages on both of those, so you know who's coming in. See a little interaction, but most people are pretty respectful in the house. It's not like it's way different. And then they go to the fight at the end, and then towards like the semifinals, they'll do a coach's challenge, which is funny because you get to see. This one was Cody Garbrandt versus Dillashaw doing tetherball on balance beams,
over water,
which was pretty crazy because the first to 10 wins, and it's like you had to spin it all the way,
killing it, and then
he
TJ
got 8-2, and TJ came back and ended up winning it. It was pretty like the coach challenges
Cody
or whatever.
So pissed.
Oh yeah, I mean he just
so pissed.
Once he started losing and the other team started
TJ
talking
got
shit,
it down, like you have to hit it down, bro, and then it goes
just
up
got
on
frustrated. Fucking, he couldn't be angry
he just kept
and
falling
win.
off. He just kept falling off.
He just lost because he got so angry. He couldn't balance. Just got frustrated doing stupid shit. Which it's kind of sucks that fight's not happening, but because I would love to see that fight.
Yeah, it'll happen eventually.
Yeah, and I would love to see TJ versus Mighty Mouse, way more than Mighty Mouse versus Ray Borg.
Yeah, but still, they're treating fucking
true. I'm just saying
DJ like shit.
I'm just saying I'd like to see DJ in a fight where I'm excited to see this. Out of all of the fights, every single fight DJ has been matched up. None of them have even close to being exciting as TJ. Like that's way more exciting, especially on this run that he's doing.
Yeah,
sure. I mean, it might not be
good.
Just get into the fight horrible,
and it was fucking.
But still, TJ
terrible.
I think is way better than most of the competition. I mean, he's just like Ray Borg. He hasn't made weight a couple times, and he's looked okay against who, but it's just like there's just nobody left. That's the only reason Ray Borg's even in the mix.
And the whole division, if you don't take a fight, some weird bully shit.
It's standard bully shit from the UFC.
Well,
it's just we've never seen them do it to DJ because DJ's been such a company
cheerleader for the company, a fucking guy that's breaking records.
As somebody that's worked for companies,
I
do not appreciate those types of people that he's had issues and he's just been in media. He's just been the company guy, and it's like okay, it's like the fight we saw with dude Moraes. He's like, if you're getting kicked in the balls. If you're not going to start calling it on your own, like they're giving you the opportunity. If you're just going to let it go, then
they can do it 4 times.
Don't be surprised you're going to get kicked in the balls more. You give them a fucking inch, they're going to take a mile. That's what businesses do. They don't give a fuck about you. They only give you what they're legally obligated to give you and whatever you can negotiate to do more. They don't give a fuck about you. So DJ get mad, I get it. I sympathize with him.
I'm glad he finally got mad.
The way he explained a lot of things, yeah, me too. But too little, too late. Maybe it's like if I'm the UFC and all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, well, it's just now you're complaining about it." Like, you need to complain more for us to give a fuck. I mean, you're the champ. But it's like, I get all that stuff. Aside from all that, competition-wise, Ray Borg, I don't think should be fighting for a title right now.
I don't think anyone in his division deserves a shot.
I don't
right
either.
now.
And I would, like, if DJ beats Ray Borg, they make that fight, he beats him. Good for him, right? The record he has that beats Anderson, not as strong as Anderson. And while Anderson did that record, he went up to light heavyweight and fought a few guys.
Yeah.
He was
Anderson
taking on
didn't really beat
challenges. And as far as like people going to, he destroyed everybody in that division. So he cleaned it out.
Division.
Not as weak as DJ's division. Completely different
I
divisions.
think now those kids, even at 125, are more well-rounded than the cats that Anderson was fighting during his run to get his shit to his record.
Maybe that's a completely different whatever argument, but it's I don't think he has, and he's had a ton of rematches. He's rematched
Mark
like 3
when
people.
he fought him, I had never even heard of Marquardt. Watch fucking fights all the time. Talis Latis, really?
That was a boring fight. That's not the Talis Latis.
But I'm saying, like, did
like
he
all
really,
of those people,
they had like 2-fight win streaks and got a title shot.
Whatever. So let's just say strength of the division. Let's just say they're the same. He still went up to light heavyweight and destroyed 3 dudes. What has DJ done? He's not doing, like, DJ can do those fights. He has an opportunity for a fight that's gonna sell better. It's gonna make more money.
I totally
fighting
agree
DJ.
with-
It's the best competition, hopefully, that he's had.
I agree 100% with what you're saying.
That's why it's like I get his problems with the business. That's his
But
own
I'd
thing.
also say, fuck you. You made a fight with Ray Borg. Then you're telling me I gotta fight someone else. Then you're telling me if I don't fight that other person that you're gonna completely just shuck my division.
I'm not DJ. I'm not his manager.
Yeah.
I don't handle his career. Aside from the business stuff, as somebody that watches the sport, that wants to see an exciting matchup for DJ,
Yeah, I agree.
I
would
don't
rather
give a
see
fuck about him fighting Ray Borg. I'll watch it because we watch everything.
Yeah.
I would way rather watch him fight somebody that's going to potentially give him
Or
a
he
tough
just
thing.
runs like a buzzsaw through TJ.
Then show it. Then do it. I would rather see him buzzsaw DJ than schmucks in his own division that don't deserve it.
Yeah.
And as far as people, like another one of his points, like, oh, you got to win a few fights in the division. Bullshit.
Not
Most fighters, look at fucking Pettis. Pettis fought for an interim belt, first and only fight at 145. Fucking Frankie, when he went down to 135, got a fight with Aldo.
because he was former champion.
Sure. So is TJ.
Yeah.
Fucking,
I agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Fucking,
but I also
yeah,
say
it
good,
happens all
good
the time.
for fucking
Sure,
DJ
sure.
for sticking up for himself.
Sure.
I'd rather see the fight. But,
I like this DJ better. I would have liked to
but
see
tell
this,
Dana White to go
this
fuck
DJ.
himself.
Sure,
and-
but like when has Dana White ever done something like, oh, he's always been an asshole. He's the owner of the business. Businesses are assholes. He doesn't
He's
get
not even the owner. He's just the
He's the
president.
president. He runs the UFC. I'm sure because he knows fighters and fights more than some
and
fucking
Ari Emanuel or whatever that dude's name
Yeah.
is. I just assume he's the guy from Entourage.
Showbiz. Well, it's based on the guy. But,
Is it? That's crazy.
Yeah, they've said that like a zillion times. I don't know where, so maybe it's a podcast that keeps bringing it up. I swear it's Fight Companion every time it comes up. It's probably Schaub that brings it up. Because they're friends with the actor that played him. Yay, they're actor friends, buddies.
Jeremy Piven.
I don't mind Piven. I liked him in that
He
show.
plays a lot of Piven.
Sure.
Piven
he was
plays
the
Piven
best.
a lot.
He was the best part of Entourage by far.
Yeah, he's the only part. What was the dude's name? The main character?
Yeah. Well, he was
That dude.
It was supposed to be. Yeah. Well, yeah, he isn't done, but he wasn't the main character of the show. The show was supposed to be about his buddy, the
Turtle.
No, his manager,
Ari.
No, his business manager, the kid, the pizza guy. Fuck, I can't think of his name.
Holy shit!
It wasn't Turtle. It wasn't drama. It was the other guy in the Entourage.
The young-looking
Eric.
kid.
Eric. He kind of reminds me of like a Gareth.
Yeah, I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah. I can't think.
Probably like a shorter Gareth.
Sure. Yeah. Gareth isn't super tall, but yeah, I would imagine the other guy's a tiny dude. Anyway, let's play some UMC.
Yeah.
Well, before we do that, everybody go to our Patreon page, patreon.com/inspireddisorder. Donate $1 or more. You can donate more, get some perks, but donate to the show. It's a monthly donation. It helps keep everything running, and helps add more shit to the show without, I don't know, fixing shit, I guess? I don't know. Anyway, so let's get into this. The Ultimate Movie Championship brought to you by patreon.com/inspireddisorder. Disorder. This is where we go to flickchart.com/IDP and we rank Arnold Schwarzenegger movies only. This is close to our 80th one.
Don't
so
make
we've
us do
only
it.
done.
Don't.
Yeah, it'd be horrible if we were. That's all we did, and we're 80. It's like, let's do this one again. True Lies versus
Predator.
Terminator 3.
And
True Lies.
True Lies versus Predator. The Predator.
True Lies. Anyway, Super 8 versus Finding Nemo.
Super 8.
Yeah, I like Super 8.
I'm indifferent about it. It's okay.
It reminds me of like old Spielberg shit, you know? Back in the day, kind of following kids on this journey. Well done. It's nothing that like gets my dick hard because it is kids. So, which is weird that my dick doesn't get hard. Anyway, The Mermaid of Little, the tiny mermaid,
The Tiniest Mermaid.
the little one, The Little Mermaid, which is probably going to be live action remake, probably coming out
I'm
2020. The Little Mermaid versus Donnie Darko. Oh my God!
Donnie Darko.
Oh my God! I gotta go Donnie Darko too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that ain't
I'm not
gonna
a
win,
fan
that ain't
of
gonna win. Fucking
Little Mermaid. Is not. I don't give a fuck about Little Mermaid.
What about the Under the Sea? Under the Sea.
You know what? Not good enough for me to. I'd rather the
No,
movie not exist and not have that.
Shit, you remember the song better than I do.
The Black Hawk of Downs syndrome. So that's a documentary about hawks that have black feathers and
they fell out of the sky.
a little bit to
Wing injury.
their
Birds.
Down syndromes. They have big foreheads. Still, I still know what you did the summer last year.
So this is the sequel.
Correct.
The shit with Brandy. Still got Jennifer Love Hewitt.
I didn't
and
mind
Freddie
the-
Prinze Jr.
I don't know if
And
there
then
was a
that
third
guy
one.
who was in a bunch of movies for a while, but then no one's seen since.
That's why his name is that guy.
Yeah, I got to go Black Hawk Down on this one.
I enjoyed the I Know What You Did Last Summer series. At least those two. I remember enjoying
They
them
were
as a
fine.
teenager.
They were
I've revisited them.
fine.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's not Black Hawk Down, but I mean, we can't not go with a documentary featuring hawks that are racially discriminated against with Down syndrome.
And
In
slightly
addition-
injured.
They don't have to be injured.
Mine do.
Okay. So, all right. Black Hawk Down. Next up, we have The End of Days. Oh, 1999.
This is the chopper.
If you turn it upside down, it's 6661. Versus Beethoven.
I love Beethoven.
I would never say I love Beethoven, but I
Alright.
enjoyed renting it as a child and watching
I
it.
enjoyed Beethoven.
I remember him
enjoyed-
shaking his head and slobber got everywhere.
I
Remember that
enjoyed
good bit?
Beethoven more than End of Days.
No way.
Yes.
End of Days being a shitty movie is still it has some fun action moments.
So did Beethoven.
Nah.
Yeah.
No. It had a wet tennis ball moment, which
Great
is
action.
so good. You get a dog and a wet tennis ball. That's a for sure hit.
Action. Adventure.
There's no
Beethoven.
way I'm going Beethoven versus End of Days. Just based on
Fine.
not
I
being
don't
a
even want you to
child.
look it up, but still, I'll go End of Days, but Beethoven's
I mean,
better.
Beethoven
I don't care.
isn't a better film.
This
It's not shot it's shot like every fucking family movie from the 90s with every dog prank that you can do. There's guaranteed a slow motion jump shot.
Charles Grodin's in that shit.
Oh, the great.
The great
Rest in peace, Charles
R.I.P.
Grodin.
Charles Grodin.
Rest in, I don't know if you're dead, but your career
Probably.
is sure not living. The dog, for sure gone.
Dead as fuck. 92?
Beethoven. They made a shitload of sequels, so it did spawn a lot of like easy money for a studio to get from kids and families.
None were as good as the original.
I definitely agree with that. And I think I've probably only seen the second one.
Yeah, me too. None.
But
none
it was
being
like, again,
the direct sequel.
preteen days. So I haven't revisited any of that. Not that I've revisited End of Days. I just saw it
End of Days
a few years later, so it's like I remember it more. And there was a bunch of like, the end of the world shit for 99. I mean, fucking, that's the whole thing of
I said I'll go End of
Office
Days,
Space.
but this is
Office Space
I
is
would-
like, their whole job was
it's a terrible movie.
for sure. I'm not pretending that's
It's
fucking
okay.
Yeah,
It's terrible. That's okay.
It's a generic family movie with a dog versus a generic action movie with a fucking former governor of California. And it's got it's like, let's believe in God, the devil now. Death Proof versus Godzilla, the 1998 Matthew Broderick classic with Foo Fighters and Puff Daddy. Death Proof all day.
That's such a bad Godzilla movie.
I don't know if I've seen a really good Godzilla movie yet.
True.
So,
I was never a big fan of the old school ones.
never got into
Never
it
really.
because it's like,
I
okay.
watched a couple too.
Yeah, me too.
I gave them a shot.
I understand Mothra is a reference, and
Yes.
it's like a giant moth.
Yes.
But I don't know if I've seen that one.
Mothra, come back to us, Mothra.
Yeah, they're all.
And that's just a quote from fucking Biodome.
The last Godzilla was horrible.
I didn't see it.
So bad. Iman, who is mein Auto? Dude, where's my car? Versus Galaxy Quest.
No, it's a man. Who is mein Auto?
That's fucking German. Sounds like. I mean, mein Auto.
Does.
Mine.
But it definitely says a man.
Amen.
Amen. Who is mein Auto?
Who is mein Auto?
Dude, where's my car versus Galaxy Quest? Galaxy Quest all day and night.
They were
R.I.P.
both
Alan
kinda
Rickman.
cheeseball movies.
Yeah.
Air Force One versus the Running Man. Get off of my game show.
Running Man. That is
Yeah.
a terrible poster.
Yeah.
Because that is Arnold from like 10 years past when the Running Man was shot.
Yeah.
Looks like a shot for Terminator. He
Yeah.
runs against the death.
It's yeah.
Terrible poster.
Yeah, for sure. I haven't seen Seven Samurai.
They're trying to give Finding Nemo a lot of love.
Finding Nemo versus Spies Like Us.
You seen it?
Yeah.
Aykroyd, Chevy
It's
Chase.
been I know it like opens like they're going into like a bomb facility or something
in
like that, right?
Russia.
I don't remember it that well though.
Skip it then.
Yeah. Because I would go Finding Nemo. Face Off versus Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo. I mean, Face Off is way too long for how not great it is. Revisited within the last year. Although I did leave to go get food about 2 hours and 10 minutes in when they're doing like the second to the last action set piece.
Is that the 5th act or the 6th?
So long. So long.
I guess Finding Nemo. I'm not a fucking big fan of Finding Nemo.
I'm not either, but it's a good movie.
Face Off's not bad. It's
Face
just
Off
long.
is not good.
It's not good. It's not bad.
Finding Nemo's. It's not good.
Finding Nemo's acceptable versus not bad.
Face Off is really not good. It's just
the premise of the actual switching their faces is so stupid.
And that's halfway through the movie that you've seen an hour and a half of. It is long, and it is not good.
Come on.
Finding Nemo versus Naked Gun 33
Christ.
and a third, which is the third one.
That I couldn't.
I had to go.
I've seen it multiple times. I couldn't tell you.
I had to go find. Yeah, I know either. Because there's just all. It's like the satire things are like they kind of bleed together. Finding Nemo.
Yeah. God damn it.
Good Will Hunting versus My Anaconda Don't Want None Unless You Got Buns Hun. How about them apple bottom bitches? I think is the subtitle.
Both came out in the same year.
What a crazy difference in quality to come out in the same year, yet still we know Anaconda is a thing. I mean, Good Will Hunting is like 1,000%. And that's with somebody that I dislike.
More movies that I don't
It's
give
the
a
only
fuck
movie.
about.
It's the only movie I appreciate, even though Batfleck's in it.
Dazed and Confused.
He's not as much in it, but yeah, I get by the fact that he's in that movie too, I guess. Pee-wee's Big Adventure versus Total Recall.
We really are doing the Arnold, like one by one.
Slowly. And Arnold and Finding Nemo.
And just Finding Nemo is repeated.
They're never
These
at the
are
same
all
time.
different Arnolds.
Finding Nemo and Arnold movies are like Batman and Clark Kent because they never show up in the same match.
The next one's going to be
Probably.
Kindergarten Cop versus Finding Nemo.
I'm good with that matchup. I gotta go Total Recall.
Yeah. I love Pee-wee's Big Adventure, but Total Recall is fun.
Out of Pee-wee stuff, Big Adventure probably my favorite.
It's better than the
but
Big
out
Top.
of movies, I'm not a
Pee-wee.
big Pee-wee fan. That for sure is one of the big reasons. It'd be great if Verdum added that laugh to his stupid fucking smile.
Yeah.
That would just make it the most annoying creature that hopefully gets knocked out more. Goodfellas versus Pleasantville.
Goodfellas. And Goodfellas should be in our top 20.
100%. I agree. What, I'm funny? Like a clown? I amuse you?
Why you always got to do this to us, FlickChart?
'Cause, man. Why you gotta choke like that, dog? Oh, Alien.
Which
The
I
foist one.
Don't understand that poster.
Sure. I don't either. In space, nobody can hear you scream, I think is the subtitle. So that's
Yeah.
actually, with the subtitle, that's
Space
better.
and Scream, I
Yeah.
get it. Versus, hey, man!
Hey, man, where my car, Otto? Where my car, Otto? Dude, where's my car versus Alien?
Alien, for sure.
Radio Flyer, which I can't honestly remember. I know I've seen it.
Really? It's a good
Probably
movie.
once, yeah.
I haven't seen it in a long
I don't
time, but
remember
it
it
is
at all. So
I don't... Wait, what's the Lost World?
Second one.
San Diego?
Yeah, they end up going at the end of
T-Rex?
it. Yep.
Okay, I've seen it.
It's really bad.
Not good. Nope.
Actually, I think I have seen Rubber.
Maybe,
Not
but
good. It's like an independent movie where it's like this tire that just rolls and people are scared of it, and it's like, I don't know, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
The Hurt Locker versus The Lost World Jurassic Park.
The
Hurt Locker. There's only one good Jurassic Park movie, and it's the first one. Angels and Demons, have not seen it.
No, that's one of those fucking...
It's like
Paul
the third,
Brown.
yeah, Dan Brown or something.
Dan Brown, Paul Brown.
Predator
Versus Alien.
versus Alien
yes!
3.
Well, it's Alien 3, so it automatically
worst
Predator
one.
wins.
Alien 3 is the
But just
worst
for this
Alien
to come
movie.
up... The next one's worse.
No.
Yeah.
This is the worst Alien movie. It is from top to bottom.
It has
Now,
the dog
sound.
alien.
Oh, you want to talk about new stupid aliens? And how that makes it a worse movie? Then that's the worst movie. because it's just bad. The sound is horrible. The fucking visuals are horrible. It is a horrible movie. It is so bad.
Yeah.
Predator
wins.
Yeah,
but-
Alien versus Predator would win, and I don't even know if I've seen that one. Apocalypto versus Scream Dose. I go Apocalypto.
I guess. Stupid ass fucking movie.
It was all right. I've not seen Tell No One, and I don't care if I had ever seen The Negotiator.
But he negotiates, bro.
Not seen Law Abiding Citizen.
Neither have I.
Although I do look in the mirror every day. Oh, Beethoven is back versus The Negotiator.
Beethoven.
I'd still go I'm not a fan of Negotiator, but I mean, it's Kevin Spacey and fucking Samuel L. Jackson. I'm good with. It's just a slow movie. I don't give a fuck about it. But Beethoven's, I don't Beethoven. I don't
Dog
want
made me laugh
anywhere.
if you- It's not.
I don't want it anywhere.
How would it be anywhere if it beats the
because
fucking
it wins.
Negotiator?
If it wins, it's in the right direction. The fact that it won, or it didn't win, but it came back. We've talked about it too much. The website knows it's going to keep feeding us Beethoven
Going
until
Beethoven.
it gets somewhere.
Beethoven.
No way!
Beethoven.
Let's negotiate.
I'll
I'll give you one negotiator versus no Beethovens.
I gave up earlier on a couple. I'm sticking
How
with
about I make a
Beethoven.
couple pizzas later? We sit down, we talk about it. Let's just get together in a room with microphones and headphones and cameras, and recording devices. The Negotiator.
Beethoven. Beethoven.
I want these motherfucking hostages off my motherfucking watch. Right? Was he the... I can't remember who's the negotiator and who's the...
Woof. Woof.
Oh. You know what would have gotten me? If you had shaken your head and slobber came out instead of barking. The negotiator... I'm not going with Beethoven. I'm going with the fucking judges to this
Oh, come
bullshit.
on.
I don't even know how to spell Beethoven. B-E...
B-E-E-T-H.
Is it two E's?
I said it phonetically. Beethoven.
Yeah, but I don't listen to you. Beethoven, 31%. Versus
Fucking critics.
I know it should have been way worse. The Negotiator, 75%. Now, what was Beethoven again? It was pretty close.
76.
Right? Oh, so close.
I still think we should go with Beethoven.
Well, that's nice. All right, Negotiator. Let's do a couple more.
Well, here's the one that I've seen both and don't give a fuck about either. But
I mean, one I actively hate. And the other one, I mean, it's just an adorable cartoon from my childhood that I don't really relate with as an adult.
Flower.
Bambi versus The Passion of the Christ. God meets Hostel. Ooh, let's make some God money.
You know he's making a sequel.
Sure. It's Hostel did. They made money on all their sequels. He knows how to make money. Let's kill Jesus again. Isn't it Moses or something? Or
No,
is
it's
it...
when he comes back.
Oh. Fuck you. Bambi all day.
Yeah. Did they get
Fucking-
the same guy, do you think?
I mean, if he wants to further hurt his career, like he didn't have
He didn't do
anything
much after
for-
that.
I think he's doing TV now.
But does he have Jesus money, though, from that? Or did that all go to Mel
sure,
Gibson?
I'm sure he. Well, maybe. I don't know what
think
his
he
deal
got any
is.
back end on
Probably
that?
not.
I don't think he did.
Yeah,
I don't think he was anyone. And
I mean, I'm sure Mel Gibson.
Mel's just rolling in
despite
Jesus
hating
money.
Jews, I'm sure he knows who to hire to handle his contracts and
For
money.
reals.
Independence Day versus Dead Poet Society.
Independence Day.
I agree.
Another two
just not
movies
a
I don't
huge-
really give a fuck about.
I like Independence Day. It's a fun, stupid action movie.
Will Smith knocked out an alien in a biosuit.
It's one of
with
the last
punch.
good Will Smith movies.
That's saying a
Independence
lot.
Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, do something good, Will Smith.
Ooh.
Give me something good to watch. instead of your
Sandler on
bullshit.
Sandler action.
Waterboy versus Billy Madison.
Billy Madison.
Yeah.
I like the
I love
Waterboy
both
too.
of these. These are two good.
But Billy
Adam
Madison's
Sandler movies.
probably.
Like if this was anything, either one of these versus Little Nicky. Fuck Little Nicky.
I
Mr.
think
Deeds.
either one of these. You got to put Happy Gilmore in there too,
Yep.
but I'd say that's the trifecta of Adam Sandler movies,
Billy
comedy-wise
Madison,
for me.
Waterboy, Happy Gilmore. Yes. I don't know.
I think all the rest I
Big
can
Daddy,
take or leave.
different type of
Different
Adam
type,
Sandler
but
movie,
it
but
was
still
okay.
a good
Yeah, it's
Adam
good.
Sandler movie.
But I still put it fourth if it's even on that list.
Sure. Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I can't think of any other ones offhand.
But yeah, Billy Madison for just being the OG. That was like his first
well,
real.
You ever watch Overboard? Really not
That's
good.
terrible.
Yeah.
But that
was his first.
it's like a direct-to-video.
Maybe it should have been, but that's what his career is now. Is direct to Netflix. Night at the Museum versus Tres Amigos.
Three Amigos, fucking classic.
Yes,
And I don't remember if it's been up yet before. So
it has,
I'm
and
glad
it
it's
went up
on.
against. I think it lost because it went up against something tough.
Yeah,
But yeah, Three Amigos is bomb. I love Three Amigos.
I kind of want to watch Three Amigos now. I haven't seen it in a while.
That's a movie that I revisit every once in a while, but it's been a while. It's been a minute.
Ooh,
The Return of the Jedi versus the Return of I'll be back. Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
So we went through the Running Man, Total
Wow.
Recall,
it's-
End of Days,
and none
Terminator
of them
2
have been Finding Nemo.
against Finding Nemo. This
Although
is
it hasn't shown up as much anymore.
I feel bad for Terminator 2 because
and
I
this is
love
the second
Terminator 2. Yes, this
second
is
one, right?
the best of the original.
widely considered to be the best.
Why? Yeah, some people like the Ewok one better.
Some people consider the prequels to be.
I'm looking at you, Josh Nealis. Damn it.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
just-
he loves the prequels. I don't
I
get
hear
it.
him.
I don't get it.
Well, there's Jacob Siroff.
Yeah.
Just loves.
He loves to defend shit that
he
no one
has
likes.
the exact same argument you have. He loves the fact that this man created this universe and everything he did is made by him.
I give him respect for that.
You-
I don't revere him for that.
He just takes it one click farther than you do. That's all that he does.
In the same way, I give respect to Judas Priest
Right.
and Iron Maiden and metal, but I don't like him.
He does it a click more than you do, but basically the same thing. And Judgment Day, Terminator 2, Judgment Day, the only good Terminator movie. Although I haven't seen the last two.
Yeah, it is the only good Terminator movie.
And
Fuck
my
all you
favorite-
people that say the first one is good. It's terrible.
Well, those are just people that
Fucking terrible.
they're like people that like bands when they first started, even though they sucked when they first started. But they're like, no, you don't get it.
And I love
It's like, I don't
fucking
get it.
sci-fi. The movie's
My
dog shit.
favorite James Cameron movie is Terminator 2. It's my favorite James Cameron movie. So I'm throwing that out there.
No, Terminator 2 should be in our top 20.
It's the best of the franchise, and it's my favorite of the director.
It's a great movie. Edward
Yeah.
Furlong's even good in that.
It's
a kid.
It's the best movie for James Cameron. He James Cameron the fuck out of that series like he tried to do with Alien, but he did it the
The
best.
fucking effects for the T-1000. No one had
Yeah.
seen shit like that before.
Yeah,
when he
that's-
walked through the bars
he
and
loves
shit.
technology.
Oh, it's so great.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, he developed.
But
new
yeah,
shit
it's
with
Return
that.
of the Jedi all day.
Yeah, I'll go Return of the Jedi. The Jungle Book live action. You have not seen that one, right?
No.
Yeah. Overrated as fuck. Just because something has good CG doesn't make it a good movie. Like, oh, they were able to do this thing that looked good for one actor being in a bunch of CG shit. Doesn't make it a good movie.
One kid who would never act.
Sure. Probably good that they got a kid that didn't act before. I mean, it wasn't a great performance, but I don't know. It was just like the adulation that got because it was like, oh, so much CG and it looked good is what it feels like listening to reviews of Wonder Woman, where it's like a movie that treats women good, like puts them in a powerful position, and finally a good movie from DC. So based on those two things, oh my
Best
god,
movie ever!
People gush over, and every podcast that reviews it, and if they do a spoiler and a female guest.
Actually, all the
Female
reviews I've
guest.
seen, like
So
people,
they're like-
people were like,
They're pumping up the fact that it's a good, which
a
I
lot
get
of
it.
people said what we said. Like, it's not a bad movie, but it wasn't great.
Like slash FilmCast.
Goofy fucking British guy.
Slash FilmCast, David Shen is the only dissenting opinion, and I think because he was the only out of 4 people on the show, he didn't get into all the things that he didn't like, but he did touch on a couple things that I agreed with. So yeah, I'm sure there was, but on that show he was way outnumbered, and I'm sure it's just like you can't. It's like Ghostbusters was a similar thing. Like you can't talk shit about a movie because it's trying to do something good for. Disenfranchised, but it's like Get Out didn't like change, just like do stupid shit, you know, like make the people you like that you're trying to make a statement. It's like, oh,
dumb. It didn't
women,
make the white people dumb.
Everybody was just pretty.
They were people.
Yeah, they acted like people in situations that they might act in those areas.
So we don't have to make everyone retarded.
But yeah, it's frustrating to listen. I've only heard a few reviews of the movie, but it's like
I've heard a lot of people like it.
I have
but
not
when
heard one
when
person
I heard, like,
talk shit about the inch. Like everybody, oh, you see them training at the beginning. It's like you see a bunch of CG bullshit. Actually, did hear somebody saying how much they loved it. Compare it to Blade 2. I was like, oh, well then.
Well, if you like that,
so
then,
you like rubber people. You don't mind.
Rubber
Did
people,
you
yeah.
like fucking the fight scenes? In
The Last
Matrix 2?
Samurai, which is Tom Cruise, if you didn't know,
Right.
versus Clerks,
Which is not Tom Cruise.
if you didn't know. I'm going Clerks.
Yeah, I go Clerks. I like Last Samurai though.
Oh, no. It's okay. It's shot well.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
Have not seen Karina
either.
Ray Liotta and Whoopi Goldberg, evidently.
Dirty Dancing
The dirtiest of
versus
dancing.
Hot Shots.
Hot Shots.
Yes. Hot Shots. Is that what you're going with?
Yes.
Yes.
Hot Shots,
Yeah,
for
I don't
sure.
give a fuck about
Last
Dirty
one.
Dancing.
Have not seen Wimbledon.
Me either. Kingpin. Classic. Love Kingpin.
Ooh.
Versus Boogie Nights. Look good, feel good.
Ooh. Oh. This sucks. Like, because one of these has to lose.
Boogie Nights is really good, but it is long.
Super good.
Versus, like,
Great
one
acting.
of the last Farrelly Brothers movies that was a great Farrelly Brother movie, where it's like the style of Farrelly.
God damn it.
And it's like it's underrated. I'm sure a lot
How
of
is
people
it?
like it.
I don't even think it's
Well,
underrated.
compared
I think
to,
it's
like,
I think
his
it's
other
rated right
ones,
where it
like
should be.
Dumb and
Like
Dumber.
everyone loves Kingpin that I know.
Yeah.
Maybe the younger
Yeah, it's
generation
true.
doesn't know it.
But you don't hear
like
about it
Dumb
as
and
much
Dumber.
as like Dumb and Dumber and what's his other one that he did? Oh, fuck. Or they did.
Stuck Together.
That was not that wasn't bad, but
It
was
wasn't
the,
bad.
It was the
I don't
beginning.
hate it, but-
It was just as good as Osmosis Jones, which is not good. Farrelly Brothers. I don't even know how to spell. Oh, motherfucker. Actually, I'll just do this. Oh no, I don't want to get a fucking Dumb and Dumber. In case we have to go to a judge on for some reason. All right.
Farley Brothers.
Right.
I guess if you hit either Farley, you'd be all right.
Ooh.
Me, Myself, and
and
Irene.
Irene was probably the last one, actually. Now I think about it. Something About Mary's a fucking classic. I mean, that's a good. All right, so Dumb and Dumber, their first one. Then Kingpin.
They're
Video
fucking killing
short.
it.
There's Something About Mary.
3
Me,
in a row.
Myself, and Irene.
4 in a row. Crushing.
Osmosis Jones.
Terrible.
Not good.
It's a cartoon.
Shallow
first
Hal,
of all.
dog shit.
Not good.
Stuck on You,
not bad.
not good.
Not
It's
bad.
Not bad, not good, though. It's a movie.
No.
Fever Pitch.
No.
That's more of a rom-com.
No.
Heartbreak Kid, haven't seen it. Hall Pass, don't think I saw it.
No.
Don't
did the
care
Three
about Three
Stooges?
Stooges. Don't give a fuck.
They did movie 43?
They did a segment of movie 43, which I enjoyed. I enjoyed movie 43 for the most part. I don't know if I enjoyed their segment.
Wow, that's...
Dumb and Dumber 2, tried to watch, can't do it. So they fail off. Me, Myself, and Irene, then bam!
All right. Boogie Nights.
I mean, Paul Thomas Anderson has not fallen off.
And
But
I'm
he's
just
a
saying this
completely different
because
director.
there are probably 2 other Farrelly movies I'd rather see in front of Kingpin.
Sure.
And Boogie Nights is at least a top 30 movie for me.
Sure.
Not in my
Like,
top
out of-
20, but
I don't know if that's my favorite Paul Thomas. I don't know. I don't know.
so many great actors in that one movie.
I mean,
Heather Graham, Don Cheadle,
He
Philip
does good
Seymour
movies,
Hoffman.
There Will Be Blood. Check it out sometime. Really good.
Yeah, you've told me.
Really good movie.
I'll fucking drink your milkshake.
Sure. Reference a movie you've never seen. I mean, for sure, Boogie Nights is gonna kill it on the fucking judges. I mean, I'm not angry.
I
with
would
Boogie
rather see
Nights.
the Something
I would
About
rather
Mary
watch
and Dumb and
Kingpin.
Dumber.
Yeah, but
above
it's Kingpin
Kingpin
versus Boogie Nights.
And-
I would rather watch Punch Drunk Love than Boogie Nights.
No.
Yeah, because it's shorter and I haven't seen it in a while.
I haven't seen Boogie Nights in a while either, so I would watch Boogie Nights.
Yeah, okay, good Boogie Nights. Is this the last one?
Yeah.
All right, that was it. Oops. Bam. All right. So you can check out our list. We have 898 movies on it. We should probably do an episode where we just do movies that we haven't gotten yet. Just to get more movies on there. Try and get up to 1,000 on our list. So you can check it out, flickchart.com/IDP. So that's it. That's the episode. Follow Keith at Keith Spurlock1
Or
on
down
Twitter.
Colfax.
Matt Ray Taylor on Twitter and Instagram. Follow the show. Actually, donate to the show on Patreon, patreon.com/inspireddisorder. Follow the show and buy artwork, and all the links and all that stuff are at inspireddisorder.com. So make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube and iTunes and Google Play and all that kind of shit. That's it, everybody.
And as the rap kids would say, brap, brap, po, oh.
Sure. Peace.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Inspired Disorder podcast. Embedded signals within this podcast have reprogrammed your natural thinking patterns. Side effects may include lack of inhibitions, erectile dysfunction, anal leakage, transcendental communication with beings from 4 of the 7 primary dimensions. In the event of a tear in space-time, please keep your hands down and feet together. Any loss of life or limbs due to interdimensional travel is not the responsibility of this podcast.